सर के साइड पे कोई प्रॉब्लम है लगता है नेटवर्क की। पूरा मेरा लाइव सेशन खराब कर दिया इस इंटरनेट ने। सर पिक अप द फोन। I think his network is off. Yeah, my son also has little bit of cough. But sir, I sent you the link, but आपका network वो हाँ आ गया। तो I've sent you the link. Just click on that. I hope this time, हाँ new वाला. I hope this time it works. Okay. फुल तो मेरा भी है, लेकिन उधर से आपको मैं I was freezing and the voice was getting disrupted, and here I was having the same problem with you. So anyway, just click on that link and come back. Okay. I was perfectly fine till about an hour and a half back, and I don't know what happened. Yeah, is it better now, sir?
Oh, much better. Much better.
Right. Must have been at my end. I don't know. I just had to reboot my booster, my Wi-Fi router. So,
Okay.
anyway,
No,
right.
mine is good because since morning I'm doing cases and we do video sessions nowadays, because of the COVID time. So we have a good connection here.
Right.
We are blessed with a good connection.
Sir, what I was saying is somebody was asking, can you show how it is done? So I'm not saying that you do it for someone, but generally, if you can, tell them how hypnotherapy is done, and other than that, how it helps with relationship issues. You spoke about health, how it, can help with belief systems, fears, and things like that. Now, since the connection
Yes, of
is
course,
better.
of course, of course. So, see, first of all, online we do not do hypnotherapy sessions because as mind, your conscious mind, when it is going into the subconscious mind, especially when it's the first time and initial time, and if you have not been primed before the session, your mind can go into panic because it's an unknown zone, and unknown is pain for mind. It's uncomfortable. There has to be somebody to monitor that, and here when you're doing it in a group and online, that cannot be monitored. So I'm sorry, I will not be able to do online hypnotherapy for you, but yes, I can tell you how it is done, what typically a session entails. So usually we tell the people to come for at least 3 sessions in a typical clinical hypnotherapy setup. The first session is where we are listening to your issues, whether it is, uh, operable through hypnotherapy. That is one. Whether we can offer something through hypnotherapy for that. Secondly, the myths about hypnotherapy that the mind has, because the fears can block the other person entering, because you believe no matter how educated you are, still there is a fear of being controlled. So you believe that you are allowing somebody to enter into your mind, then that fear has to be removed. The fear of being controlled, fear of being made to do things which you don't want to do, fear of the other person coming to know about all your deep dark secrets which you don't want to share. So all these things have to be bursted. What is clinical hypnotherapy, how mind works, we explain to you in the first session, and sometimes we give you a trailer of hypnosis in the first session, and we tell you to go back home without doing any therapy. And it's a trance like state. It is not like sleep, it is not like being awake, but it is a transition state in between that you are there. And there is one side effect of this therapy: you'll feel very peaceful whether your problems go away or no, and you will go enriched with insights as to why you have the problem. And then, of course, you have to take action on what you have found out about your issue, the causes of your problem, the hidden causes, the insights, the real causes of your problems you become aware of, and then you have to take action to come out of it. Or you can choose to remain in the same state, because sometimes taking actions, you might have to pay a price, right? Some people go away from your life, some new people come into your life, so there are a lot of prices to pay, and people choose to remain in indecision and doubt because clarity necessitates certain action to be taken, and not everybody is ready to pay the price of clarity. So this is how a session goes. Once it is done, then we tell you to reinforce it 21 days by telling you to write down certain things at night. And that's how the sessions will be done. And your mind will say how many sessions are required. Your subconscious mind tells you. But we start with 3 sessions and then we go ahead. Typically, each session is 1 to 1.5 hours. And you are welcome to bring your friends along with you. It can be recorded. You feel safe. In spite of we telling you, still there are some people who may feel not very safe. So we tell them, bring somebody dependable with whom you can share your inner feelings, somebody whom you can trust with the things that you're going to say. And of course, we can record the whole session and give you the whole recording as well. Now it's very easy to record, right? Whether it's audio or video, it can be given to you. You can record on your phone itself.
Right. The question is it possible that after hypnotherapy, we have side effects and we lose our mental balance?
Okay, the question is that after hypnotherapy, do we lose our mental what? I lost the last word. Mental?
Uh, are there side effects and do we lose our mental balance?
Okay, fine. Very good question. Very good question. Whoever asked that. So, hypnotherapy is not for everybody. Very good question. So, first thing we confirm is that is a person of a dissociated mind. Now, what do you mean by dissociated mind? Anybody who is on psychiatric medicines, anybody who is on mind expanding drugs, anybody who has taken alcohol in the last 24 hours more than social drinking, where they have lost control over themselves. These are the people, or also children below 18 years of age, pregnant women. Of course, you can do on pregnant women, but we avoid doing it because it's a sensitive issue. So, for all these people, we do not recommend hypnotherapy. There are non hypnotherapeutic ways, and you can use them. They are also equally effective. Okay, and now, of course, we have good technology with hypnotic ways of dealing with issues also. They are cost effective. Learn it and use it on yourself as well. Hypnotherapy is a little time consuming, a little expensive process as compared to the non hypnotic ones, but yes, it's very effective as well. So, people who are on psychiatric medicines, people who are having deep depressions, clinical depression, who have been diagnosed by a psychiatrist, people who are on sleeping pills, we don't do hypnotherapy on them because it can create more dissociation. It's like, people going to Vipassana. Many people after they come and get admitted to psychiatric wards. Why? Because if you're in a dissociated mind, you should not even meditate. Forget about hypnosis. First, you have to resolve your issues and then go in for meditation. That is required. So, cognitive resolution, when you are awake, when you are logical with reasoning, try to understand your issues, overcome them. You can take professional help, it's all available. And once that is done, then you can these things. Even hypnotherapy cases, psychiatric cases, we use during the lucid interval period. That means in between two attacks, when they are a little bit normalized there, we might try. But then again, it is tried by somebody who's seen, who has experience in this field. For new hypnotherapists, we tend not to, or rather avoid such cases unless you're a psychologist or a doctor who's using it. Yes, then you can go ahead because then you know how to tackle if something happens in between. But yes, losing mental balance, not really. But yes, hypnotherapists have been blamed worldwide for false memory syndrome. Lots of medical
False memory.
establishments have spoken about this false memory syndrome. What happens is you are in a hypnotic state, you are hyper suggestible. That means your mind is open for suggestions to be put in, which you will believe 6,000 times more easily than normally you would have. So during that time, if suppose a therapist who's not trained or who's not alert were to speak something, that can become your memory. So it is called as false memory. For example, a therapist asking, "Do you think your father did this to you?" Now, you never had this, but if the therapist has put that in your mind, you go back home, you start looking, you don't know why, looking at your father with suspicion. Now, this is false memory implantation. So one needs to be very careful when you're choosing a therapist, especially a hypnotherapist.
So somebody has asked, how do you know who is qualified and how do you select the hypnotherapist? Are there any licenses that can be checked?
So there are various institutes which train hypnotherapists, and I was lucky to be trained by like an institute like Dr. Raj, Dr. Sunny Seth, Rushi Kumar Pandya, and then of course they have certifications which are there which you can check. But again, I no therapist ever wants to do bad for a client. Never. No doctor ever wants their client to die, but yet these things do happen at times, and it's not necessarily that it's because of one. There are two to tango here. The only way you can check is, one, whether the hypnotherapist is certified or no. Again, all certified hypnotherapists are not good and all uncertified hypnotherapists are not bad. We got to understand this. Okay, so word of mouth, if somebody has had a good experience and a good resolution, I think usually tilts the favor to whom you want to go to. So it's a good not to go just by the board, just to go by a referral service, but to go by somebody who has been to somebody and has a good result. That would be a great thing to vouch upon. Talk to them, speak on phone first. If you want, you can maybe go and speak to them, show all your queries, doubts, what are you scared of. And if you feel there is a vibe, you feel that you're convinced, then go ahead with it. Nobody's going to tell you to jump into a session with them because it requires a lot of rapport. When the rapport is there, the trust is there, then you can go.
Khushbu has asked, can we get rid of phobias? I think you did explain that we can, right?
Sorry?
Phobias. Can we get rid
Yes,
of
fears and
phobias?
phobias come under hypnotherapy. Yes.
And
Very often
people,
fears.
go on, go on, go on.
So, yeah. So, fears and phobias usually have a past life component to it that we have seen. They come from the illogical part of the mind. And fear usually has a cause that can be pinpointed. Like, you never say, I've got a phobia of dogs. You say, I've got fear of dogs because there is a cause in childhood, a dog bit you or something like that. But you do say that I have got phobia of closed places. You never say fear of closed places. Of course, we use the words quite, we interchange it and use it quite often instead of one. But a deep innate fear is a phobia, if I may use the word. A very intense fear, which has got physical symptoms, can be classified as a phobia. But of course, if you just Google, be able to see the difference between phobia. They are not one, and both have a little different line of approach where the treatment is concerned.
Right. Somebody has asked, I think you did mention, can it help out for people with speech problems, meaning afraid to speak out in public? So, public speaking.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. I didn't get you.
Can
Can you
it
repeat the
help?
question?
Can it help out for people with speech problems, meaning afraid to speak out in public?
Okay, so again, your voice is cracking, but I think I got few words. Yes, for fear of public speaking. In fact, the biggest fear in the world, according to research, is fear of speaking. And it is, you'll be surprised to know that fear of death comes at number 4. The biggest in the world is fear of public speaking. And second one is, you'll be shocked to know and surprised to know, is fear of going to a dentist. Yeah.
Sorry?
And
Second one is,
fear of going to a second one is fear of going to a dentist.
oh, and first one is?
Fear of public speaking. And the third one is
First
fear
one.
of pain and suffering.
Oh,
Okay, and the fourth
Okay.
one is fear of death. So, fear of public speaking can be dealt with hypnotherapy in a marvelous way. It's very good. Even in fact, you can if you have a superficial one and it does not have a past life link, you can even use self hypnosis to for self improvement type of issues. To enhance self confidence, self esteem, fear of public speaking, training yourself how you would give a presentation. Everything can be done with self hypnosis. You can just learn it in 4 hours and use it on your own.
So last time, uh, in last time when we did family constellations, you spoke about the inner child and the relationship with the family. So can these inner child issues be resolved with hypnotherapy?
Okay. So, in fact, hypnosis is used synonymously. The term hypnosis is synonymous with age regression. Many people feel age regression itself is hypnosis, though it is just one part of it, and it's one of the most wonderful tools, age regression, that we use. So when you go towards your childhood, age regression means going towards your childhood and all those traumatic memories which are there. One of them we call them as inner child therapy. So same way, going to those traumatic memories, reflecting on your childhood traumas can be very nice with hypnotherapy. It's one of the great tools to handle that. Of course, there are many other tools to deal with it as well.
Okay. So that was all. I think there are no more questions. We've covered all the questions that people had. Would anybody like to come on and talk to him? And I can send you the invite. Sir, shall I do that? Would you, I mean, do you have the time?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Do you have the time? Shall I call people on board if they want to? Is
I'm
that
not
it?
able to get what you're trying to say.
Okay. Read. Read. What aspect is used in criminal investigation and is that admissible in court?
Okay, so whatever is said under hypnotic influence is not admissible as evidence in court. So what they show, this sensationalism, stage hypnosis is very different from clinical hypnotherapy. Those sensationalism, stage hypnosis, drugging on using a
Network is
pendulum
bad.
and start speaking the truth. That is more of sensationalism. It's not really, I don't know much about it because I don't practice that. So I have not seen so much of it being used by the legal authorities, at least here in
Uh,
India.
Sir, somebody has asked about the pain of breakup. When it is difficult for you to let go of someone, there has been a breakup. Can hypnosis help with that?
Okay, so hypnotherapy is good for all stored traumatic experiences. Let's say there was a trauma, or or you lost a pet, etc. Or so anything that is post-traumatic stress has
Your
lots to
hang,
offer.
sir, your network is bad. You're
Very, very
frozen.
good scope in post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay. Yes. Hi, Pricol. Hi.
Hello, my name is Priyanka.
Oh, okay. Priyanka. So, what
I
is your
have been
question?
your follower since Vibor's case, and
Okay.
like your predictions. I hope your
Okay.
son is fine now.
He he still has cough. His cough and my cough is refusing to go. Yes.
Oh,
So, you
okay.
have any question for sir?
Yes.
Go on.
Actually, like my brother had a breakup of a
Hmm.
relationship of 10 years. So,
Hmm.
like, he's going through emotional stress now because of that. So, can hypnotherapy can help in that? Because a
That's what
lot
he
of
Cannot
people,
hear
said.
you. I
I
think
can hear her. I can hear. We both are, it's fine. It's at your end where you're breaking. You're freezing and breaking. It's at your end because I can hear her properly. So he did anyway. I'll answer that for you. He did when you typed that question. I asked him, and he just explained about the post-traumatic stress. So yes, hypnotherapy can help with that.
and is it possible that if we don't inform that person that we are taking you for the hypnotherapy, so mm, we have to tell him everything?
You have to tell him because he has to cooperate. It's
Yeah,
not like a long distance healing. He has to cooperate. If you don't tell him and if he goes there and he creates a scene, then what happens? Doesn't happen
yeah.
that way, no?
Yeah. And this needs a lot of sessions also, right? One session won't help.
Sorry?
One
Sorry,
session
what?
won't help. It needs a lot of sessions. Not
No.
like one session will not be enough.
Yes. No, like sir said, that minimum first 3 sessions you need. Uh, Sir, I'm calling you. Pick up your call. सर लगता है किसी और फोन नंबर पे बैठे हैं. हेलो. हेलो.
Okay,
सर
we
आप
got a
फ्रोजन
problem.
हो चुके हो और she gone. Sorry, I was talking to sir. I was telling him. अल्लाह सर तो आ गए और वो लड़की गायब हो गई. Prikol, Priyanka, she's gone. So yeah, she is here.
Sorry, I got
I hope
disconnected.
this time it works. I mean, I don't know, आज क्या नरकुटी लगी है live को. We went and we came back. We started another live, and in this also, sir cannot hear us. We can hear, I mean, each other. Sir, are you still frozen or are you there? Can you hear me?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask you one more thing. Like you are teaching like what you have like tarot reading and all. Are you professionally?
I was supposed to teach in December, but because because of my throat, I even stopped taking appointments. My
Oh,
throat,
okay.
I mean, like whole day, my throat is so dry. Whole day, I'm having hot water with salt, hot water with honey. I finished 4 bottles of honey in this whole month.
I can suggest you something. You can try this.
I,
You can take the screenshot. It's
what
a
is that?
homeopathic medicine. It's very good.
ये
It's
homeopathic
very
doctor
good.
है बाबा. Okay, you send it to me on WhatsApp. He's a
I don't
homeopathic
have your
doctor.
number.
It's there. I've just
See,
shared it. I've just
I
shared it
have
on
been
the.
using this.
Okay.
I have
All
been
right.
using this since very
Thank
long.
I've just shared my number on
I
the
just want to know, like,
what?
okay.
Tell me.
I
Bol
just
bol.
want to know, like, whenever you are taking your class, I want to join you.
There is my
Sure,
number.
sure.
Message me. Okay.
Okay.
Sure, I'll let you know.
Where
Just
is
pass
your
on your
number?
number. Whenever there are any workshops, I'll put you in the mailing list of my WhatsApp and you'll get the
I will just share his number.
invite, okay, whenever it is. Just send me your number on the number to either to Guinea or my number.
There.
Thank you
It's
so much for your
scrolling below.
insight.
Hi. Hi, Shivani.
Hello, hi. It's good to see with everybody with good network now. I have a add-on question with what Priyanka has asked. In a way,
What?
she asked that can we bring somebody without them knowing that add-on question to that is how exactly to make sure to convince the person, because everybody when we discuss such things, for example, if we feel somebody else needs help, so if we tell them, they say no, I'm perfectly fine, I don't need anything, we are good, all good, maybe others need
Yeah,
correction, not
they don't
me,
believe
or
also.
anything like that.
Many people don't believe such things.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
don't. They
Yeah.
don't.
So not without their knowledge, but how exactly to help them convince that, this is not
That
something
is,
like
that is
correction or
Shivani,
anything.
that you know that person better. So only you will know how to convince him. Maybe
Yeah.
you can show them that movie Kudrat and you can show them some. So, there is, like Sir was talking about Dr. Brian Weiss, that book, Many Lives, Many Masters, and the whole series, it's a series of 3, 4 books. If you can make them read that, even one book, Many Lives, Many Masters, probably they may agree.
Okay. No,
Okay.
because anything related to psychology or these kind of things, everything is very touchy and sensitive matter. It's like, नहीं नहीं मुझे तो कुछ problem नहीं है. It starts with
Yeah,
that angle
Yeah.
first. So
And
yeah.
when
that's
you
why.
go through breakup, so like you don't want to come out of that actually. You want to come out also, and then you want to stay in that state
I would
only.
suggest, I don't know if you're in Bombay, both of you, but if you
Yes.
are, then I would suggest first you go and meet Sir and take his advice on a personal level and see
Okay.
what he has to say. He's also a homeopath. So maybe you can take whoever that person is saying that we are going to a homeopathic doctor. And, the first time you go alone, speak to Sir. Second time you take that person, and Sir already knows, the history. And you can pick it up from there. But I mean, till COVID is over, he's not seeing patients personally. So you'll have to wait till then, and you can't, that hypnotherapy is not something that you can do online. You can't.
Ma'am, whenever you are starting with your class, I just want to know. Even I
Yes,
want
yes,
to join.
I shared my number there, Priyanka. Message me on WhatsApp whenever.
I
I'm waiting for this cough to get better.
Where
I
did you
thought
share your like? Where is your number? I can't see. Like it's in
even
StreamYard or
here,
is it okay?
yo, yo, there is my number.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Okay. I'll take
Okay.
this. Yes.
तो
Okay.
कसाब
Okay,
का
thank you.
रिकॉर्ड किया था वो ये यू सेड शिवानी कसाब का रिकॉर्ड किया था हिप्नोथेरेपी सेशन हुआ था
Yeah,
उसका
yeah, it was follow-up of my question
आई
that
डोंट नो वेयर
for
इज गॉन
what part of therapy is admissible in court and what was exactly what Kasab ka record kiya tha. So what was that pattern
no
kind
maybe
of?
kasab they must have given him some injections to there are certain kind of injections or medicines that are given to these people to put them in a trance so that they speak the truth. So I don't think it was a hypnotherapy session that was, because as Sir said that it is not admissible in court. So
Correct. Okay.
must have been something else. Okay. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Any
much.
other question? Anybody wants to come on? Love highly, love many lives. Highly recommend. What is that? Many lives, many masters. That's what brand wise you were talking about, na sir? Many lives, many
Yes.
masters. It
Yeah,
has a
that's about past life
series, and
regression.
yeah,
But
I
if you
know. But
want to
she was
really understand hypnotherapy, then this is not the book. This is for past life regression. If you want to understand hypnotherapy, then there's a beautiful book by Dr. Joseph Murray called as The Power of Subconscious Mind. Very Joseph
yes.
Murphy, I think. Joseph Murphy. Very good book, The Power of Subconscious Mind.
Okay, all right.
And there's another
Anjali,
good
the
one, Professional
yeah,
Professional Hypnotism Manual by Dr. John Kappas. Professional Hypnotism Manual
bye, bye.
by Dr. John Kappas,
Huh?
Kappas,
Okay, sir.
Kappas.
Yeah, that's fine. Sir, क्या बोल रही थी मैं भूल गई. हाँ, I was saying now, supposing people are in Bombay, so when can they come and see you? Is it after COVID thing is sorted, or are you taking patients?
See, I'm a professional homeopath and I have my practice since last 30 years and I'm treating a lot of COVID cases. So at the moment, I'm not taking non-COVID cases in my clinic for the moment. So maybe
Okay,
Jan after Jan is a good idea. Let things settle
after
down
Jan.
because
And
in Mumbai there's a lot of demand for homeopathy in COVID cases. So we are working
okay,
lots towards them.
okay. And what about patients who are not in Bombay? Supposing they want to consult you, or come for that retreat or something. How does that happen? Hello, sir.
I
Hello.
cannot hear you. Whenever the third person comes on the video, your voice goes away. So maybe the bandwidth
Okay,
goes away.
Anjali, one thing.
If
I
you
will
can
just
just
remove
keep
you and add
two
you back.
videos
Okay,
at a
hold on.
time.
Sir, I asked what about people who are not in Bombay and those people who want that retreat. So, how do people out of Bombay get their appointment with you, or how do they reach you? I mean, how can you help them?
See, if they want to undergo hypnotherapy sessions in their own city, there are a lot of therapists all over India. In fact, the beauty is that we have very large number of hypnotherapists in India. They've been prepared by very good institutes which are preparing and doing good work. Just find out in your locality who's good and go by word. If you want to come to Mumbai and do it, yes, you have to come at least for 3 sessions. So you cannot do 3 sessions in one day. So you need a sleep cycle in between. So you do it every alternate day or 3 consecutive days and then plan the session. And that too, it will happen after the COVID thing opens up. So you have to wait for a month or two. But there are lots of online therapists, including we do online therapy, but not hypnotherapy, but non-cognitive therapy, which is equally effective. And you can start with that if you cannot wait. Or you can learn self till that time. Though self hypnosis is not a therapy for deep cause related issues. But yes, most of the things can be helped by that as well, which are not having deep causes. And
Okay.
that can be taught
Uh,
online hypnosis.
okay. The question is, does hypnotherapy help in healing any physical ailments such as problems of the uterus, which seem to be rampant since many years?
Yes. Okay. So hypnotherapy deals with all problems which has a psychosomatic component. So many of the uterine problems and the female reproductive system problems have a mind component. In fact, research now shows almost all illnesses have some mind component. So you can use hypnotherapy for that along with the treatment which is going on through your gynae. You can use it simultaneously. Who knows, the medication may go down, who knows, the problem may get resolved, but that doctor will decide which medication to stop on. We have seen some
Okay.
amazing and outstanding results, especially in cases where they could not come to a diagnosis. In such cases, it showed some good results, but you have to be consistent. There is an input and action that is required from the client's side also. Okay, and the treating doctor has to not put fears. What if the gynec says this doesn't work, this is useless, don't do it, and then you go to a therapist? Now two people are talking two different things. So you need to have a team working together. A gynec who believes in work, there's a mind work person who also doesn't take all the guesswork and says, okay, stop all medication, mind will completely cure you. These are very big, tall claims that people make. One has got to be practical and pragmatic and see what is happening here. And it has to be an integrated approach where all come together for the welfare of the client.
Okay. Hi, Anjali. Hi.
हेलो
Yeah.
मुझे सब्जेक्ट पता नहीं था लेकिन अभी पता चल
Hypnotherapy.
गया है मैंने हाँ हिप्नोटिज्म मैंने सीखा है हिप्नोसिस और मैं जाती भी थी वो क्लास को लेकिन तब मेरा बच्चा छोटा था और मैंने उसके बाद कुछ किया नहीं तब मुझे आ रहा था अभी पता चला मुझे मुझे आपसे डॉक्टर से एक बात पूछनी है मुझे हाल ही में पता चला मेरी बहन चल बसी थी अभी तो मुझे उसके हस्बैंड से वो सब स्टोरी सुनते सुनते पता चला हम लोग मराठी है तो उसकी जो पोती है वो उसका जन्म होने के बाद उसको वो जब बोलने लगी तो वो हिंदी में ही बात करती है हिंदी में ही और कुछ नहीं लेकिन वो मराठी उसको अभी समझता है लेकिन वो सिर्फ हिंदी में बात करती है हिंदी में चाहे कुछ भी करो आप ऐसा प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है लैंग्वेज का लेकिन घर घर में सब मराठी बोलते हैं इसको सब मराठी वर्ड आता है लेकिन ये हिंदी में ही बात करती है तो ये पहले से ही हुई जो ऐसे जो केसेस है उसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे ये क्या होता है पास्ट लाइफ वगैरह तो आपने वगैरह मैंने सुना है लेकिन इस ऐसे कुछ बातें होती है जिनका जवाब नहीं होता शायद शायद आप कुछ अगर बता सके तो
Guinea, I
Sir,
cannot hear you. So as
6
soon as
साल
the
की
third video comes, then the voice starts cracking. So if you can hear it, can you repeat the question for me?
so she said, Anjali, one second. Can you hear me? Okay, Anjali, one second. I'm just removing you. Now, can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, so what she was
Yes, I can hear
saying
you.
is that her sister died, and after that, I think, if I'm not wrong, she said that her sister died, and somebody had a baby. Sorry, I missed out who had a baby. Who was that, Anjali?
उसकी पोती
Uski poti. Okay. So her granddaughter, when she was born, she only speaks in Hindi. She refuses to speak in Marathi. So is that got to do with something with past life? Or can we do a hypnotherapy session and find out what the story is? Or is it about rebirth or something like that?
Okay, see,
वो 6
again,
साल की
below 18 years
That's
of
what
age, we do
Anjali.
therapy for children. Okay. And many such instances are there where people have spoken in foreign languages. Very, very common. Okay. There was a case came on TV where in a remote village, Punjab, there is a small child who's, I think, 6 years old, fluent Tamil, and they have not gone out. And he keeps saying, I live in one particular village name he takes, and this person has killed me, this person has killed me. And they actually went in with the camera crew to find out, and it was a true story. Then later on, there were a lot of problems, legal problems, because the people in Tamil Nadu said that this is our same person who has come back alive, so we need to keep him. And then the family in Punjab said that it is our child and we need to keep him. So this is a very dicey area. One needs to study all the aspects in detail to be able to comment on this. So I will not be able to comment on this.
Okay, all right. Fine. I think it's been pretty long. It's 10:30. I think we should end the session now. We started at even before 9, at 8:45. Thank you, Anjali.
Thank you.
I hope your question is answered. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And next time, before
Okay.
joining, I think we should all check our connections. I will reboot before starting my life. This has been a lesson. Thank you. Okay. Bye,
Yes,
everyone.
prior
Bye, Prof.
preparation is vital. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, all of you. Thank you so much, Guinea, for calling me on the show. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.